My name is Kelly and I own KK Beauty Co. So we do bridal hair and makeup. I did cosmetology in high school. So I graduated with my cosmetology license when I graduated. And I worked in a hair salon for a little while, went back to college. And then my sister was actually a wedding planner for a little while. So she got me my first 2 weddings that made me like jump into the industry. And then in 2020, I decided to start the business and created the name and all of that. So it is myself and my middle sister and then one of my best friends. So there's 3 of us on the team. I do both hair and makeup, and then they each do hair, and then the other girl does makeup. And then so in 2022, we decided to take it full time, just weddings. I used to do proms and stuff like that, but I don't do that anymore. I much prefer my wedding clients. I like the wedding day. I like the stress of a wedding. I like all the atmosphere of a wedding is so much more fun than pageants. But yeah, so that's how we started. And then after 2022, we went full force into it. And ever since then, we've been doing it full time. So, and now I get to stay home during the week with my little kids and then do weddings on the weekend. For one, the venue itself, I'm born and raised in Pickens at the bottom of the mountain, so this is like my home. So I like that. I like to be close here. And then I think also that Megan has reached out to all the vendors in the very beginning, so we kind of all get to work together so soon, and that's not usually the case with most venues. A lot of venues you work at, I don't know any of the other vendors. So actually knowing people and their faces, it's going to make it flow a lot nicer. And that's very helpful for hair and makeup. First off, hair and makeup is usually the very first vendor that a bride sees day of. So I like to kind of read the room when I get there on what energy they're at. So if they need very calm, like they're not morning people, so we just come in calm, don't talk too much until the energy builds up. Or we show up, they're very nervous, so we go ahead and bring the energy and the hype and get everybody excited. So I think that kind of helps with hair and makeup, as we are the first people they see. So I kind of have to set the tone for the day. I'm very easy at like meeting people's energy though, so I'm pretty good at that. Usually with hair and makeup, they book me, but I don't know their wedding colors, the theme, I guess. So I'll go ahead and have a direct access to the bride, and I'll know the florist, the cake, all that stuff, and it'll kind of help me create their look with hair and makeup. So if they want more of like a romantic feel, or are we going like boho, or are we going classic, like it'll already give me that insight. So I think that'll help. With our brand, I'm very soft, natural makeup. We don't do a lot of the full glam. I do offer full glam, but a lot of my brides are more towards the natural side, and I think that's coming a little more popular anyways. So you're still recognizable. You're just an enhanced version of yourself. And then I always make sure that we check their hair and makeup in the like overhead lights, natural light, and then I also take pictures and videos to see how it comes across on camera, because the shading and stuff can change on camera. And then for weddings, like the photos and the videos are kind of all they have after it's over, so I have to make sure it looks good for when they look back on it in like 10 years.